Hi there, this is Philip again with my Android Bootcamp Chapter 11 project. This week we were working with applications and persistent data. We were required to create an application that basically created a short limerick using user input. It required two activities, one for the user to input the information, and then a second activity to display the limerick. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at the code. Okay, so my program basically starts out with a splash screen, very similar to some of my earlier applications. Once the splash screen is over, of course, it's going to go ahead and move forward to the next activity. The next activity is the input activity, where you can see that I have various edit text boxes for the user to input their information. I have a button to move us forward, and then of course I have the shared preferences called. That way the application will actually save the data and carry it over to the next activity. You can see down here that I've called the shared preferences.editor and basically input all the information. After it commits this to memory, it's going to go ahead and move to the next activity, which is the output activity. So the output activity, essentially what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and create a short limerick using the values stored in the shared preferences or the data XML. Excuse me, let me delete that. Actually spent about half the afternoon looking up various ways to work with the shared preferences. At first I thought it wasn't working. That's because I did not look very closely at my code. So you can see right now that the default value is null for the string. Originally I had put in an L instead of a 1, which, if you don't notice, they both look very similar. After solving that problem, it looks like everything is working perfectly. So I already have the emulator already boot up and ready to go. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the application in action. Should not take it much longer. Let me go ahead and pause and we'll be right back. Alright, so the application is loaded onto the emulator. We'll go ahead and open it. Here's our splash screen. Alright, the second activity, we're going to put in the name of a city. Let's just go with London. Let's say that the occupation is doctor. I set up this number box to where it accepts both text and a number, just in case the user decided to put in a number as opposed to spelling the number out. For example, and then of course we'll put in our action verb. Let's say swimming, which is technically it's kind of an action verb, kind of not. Regardless, we'll go ahead and create the limerick. Living in the city of London, there's a great man named Otter. He spends his day slaving away as a doctor, where his only relief is his cat named Rotter. They often swim, probably should have put in a different verb there, every 6 days until the weather gets hotter. Alright, so we'll go ahead and change that swim to, how about we say run. There we go. So I hope you have enjoyed taking a look at this application. I know that I have thoroughly enjoyed learning to work within the Android environment and working with Java this semester. The this is definitely something I could see myself pursuing further, and I hope that you have enjoyed watching my learning process as I have finished the projects throughout the semester. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, thanks.